Everyone, can you stand? Mr. Magbiro, can you lead the prayer? Good morning, class. So before you take your seat, let's have an energizer to lighten up your mood. So the instruction is very simple. Just follow what I ask. So first step is to raise your hand, your right hand twice. Like this. 1, 2. Do it on the left side then. 1, 2. After that, move your both hands back and forth 4 times. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that, roll your hands clockwise. 1, then counterclockwise. Then after that, the last step is to hold your waist and move your waist clockwise. 1 and 2 and counterclockwise. Is that clear, class? Okay, so let's do it with the music. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Saging, mangga, mangga, papaya, papaya. Pagsama-samahin, paghalo-haloin, fruit salad, fruit salad.
Okay, so lower class. Okay, so pick up the pieces of papers under your chair and sit properly. In this class, I have 3 rules only. First, if someone is talking, listen carefully. Second, if you have questions or clarifications, just raise your right hand for you to be recognized. And third one, respect each and everyone in these 4 corners of our classroom. Are my rules clear, class? Okay, so Miss Pascual, is there any absent for today? Very good, perfect attendance. So, last meeting, I gave you an assignment. So, kindly pass it in front. Make sure to pass your assignments on time because before we proceed on our discussion, I will not accept late submission. Is that clear? Alright, so before we start our discussion, let us have a short recap of what we had discussed last meeting. So last meeting, we discussed about the procedures in reporting estimation of materials and resources. So based on what you understood last meeting, what are the 3 types of feeds and the feed methods? Very good. So the 3 types of feed methods are starter feed, grower feed, and finisher feed. And the 3 feeding methods are restricted feeding, ad libitum feeding, and a combination of restricted and ad libitum feeding. So what do you think is the importance of knowing the procedures in reporting estimations of problems and resources? This activity is entitled Arrange Me. So, I prepared here the words that are related on our topic for today. So, everybody, can you read the mechanics? Is that clear, class? Based on our activity, what have you observed and what kinds of words have you encountered during our activity? Yes, that's right. That is related on our topic for today, which is the animal production. So, but before we proceed on our lesson, let me present to you our learning objectives. our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to 1. Explain the concept of return of investments or ROI and its relevance in assessing the financial performance of animal production. 2. Solve the ROI using 4 basic mathematical operations. 3. Understand the importance of keeping records in animal production. And I need your cooperation to attain these learning objectives. Did you know that in competing demands means you have to do 2 or more things that you need to do, but you cannot do both because those 2 things is demanding on your time. And here are the 6 steps in prioritize competing demands in a business. First is to collect a list. Collect a list of all your tasks. So in this first step, you need to do is to collect all the tasks and put it together. Everything that you could possibly consider getting done in a day. So next, number 2 is to identify urgent versus important. In step 2, you see if you have any task that need immediate attention by identifying the task by no. And the next step is to see if you have any tasks that need important action by identifying the task if it is urgent or important. Next, next is to assess value. So to assess the value, look at your important work and identify what carries the highest value of your business and organization. On the fourth step, is to order tasks by estimated effort. So, if you have a task that seems to be tied for priority standing, so check if their estimates and starts whichever one you think will take the most effect to effort. 4. Order tasks by estimated effort. So if you have tasks that seems to be tied for priorities for priority standing, check if their estimates and starts on whichever you think will take the most effort. That makes effort complete. You have to order tasks by estimate effort. 5. Is be flexible and adaptable. In this step 5, know that your priorities will change and often when you least expect them to. So be flexible and adaptable. So 6, and last but not the least, Step 6 is to know when to cut. So after you prioritize the task and look to your estimates, you need to cut the remaining tasks from your list and focus on the priorities that you know that you can do in a short period of time. So those are the 6 steps in prioritizing competing demands in the business. Do you have any clarification, class? If none, without looking at your notes, what are the 6 steps in prioritizing competing demands in the business? Yes? That's right. Everyone, let's give her a very good clap. So, does any one of you know a very good clap? Okay, I will show you. Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very good. Moving forward, utilize resources effectively and efficiently to manage work priorities and commitments. Did you know that in a business, resources are known as a factor of production, consists of land, labor, and capital, and the other resources includes energy, entrepreneurship, expertise, management, and time. But how are we going to utilize the resources effectively and efficiently? So there are 5 things that we need to do on how to utilize resources effectively and efficiently. First is to list your priorities. 2. Empower your to-do list. 3. Maintain people's lists intelligently. 4. Learn the art of relaxation. And 5. Understand the importance of adequate rest. Is that clear, class? Okay. The things that we need to consider in order to evaluate the success of a business are the following. The 2 inputs in operations are the cost and the returns. So, the cost refers to the needed facilities and materials listed as expenses or cost of operations, and returns refers to the sales and other income of the business. So those are the following inputs in operations where we need to employ the 4 basic mathematical operations. So in computing a sample gathered data in broiler production, I have here the sample gathered data in broiler production. Using those data, the first thing we need to do is to get the total cost of production using additional operation. And be careful because sometimes the value of cost of animal per head is missing. And if that's the case, you need to multiply the quantity of animal per head to the cost of animal per head also. And based on the given data, we need to add the total cost of production. So, in the given data, there is a 100 cost of chicken per head is 2,500 pesos. So, $2,500 pesos. Next is the cost of feed is equals to 10,000 pesos. Third is the medicines and antibiotics with a total cost of, alright, so with a total cost of 1,500 pesos. And last, the miscellaneous fees like electricity, water, and labor with a total of 2,500. We need to add these given data. So, therefore, our total cost of production is total of 16,500 pesos. To compute the total gross sale, we need to multiply the number of broilers that are ready in market times the average weight per broiler and the cost of live weight per kilogram. So therefore, 90 times 1.6 kilogram times 150 is equals to 21,600. So therefore, 21,600 is our total gross sale. In our net income, so we need to minus the total gross sale and the total cost of production. 21,600 minus 6,500 is equals to 5,100 pesos. So therefore, our net income is equals to 5,100 pesos. In getting ROI, this is the formula. So ROI is equals to net income ROI is equals to net income divided by cost of production times 100. So based on the given, our net income is 5,100. For our cost of production is equals to 16,500 pesos. Times 100. So, 5,100 pesos divided by 16,500 is equals to 0.3090. Times 100 is equals to 30.90. Therefore, 30.90% is our return of investments. Is that clear, class? Okay. To get the mortality rate, here's the formula. Mortality rate is equals to number of dead birds divided by total number of birds times 100. For example, mortality rate. The number of dead birds, based on the given, the 10% is the mortality rate. So, we're going to multiply 90 times 10% or 0.10. So, therefore, 9 divided by the total number of birds, we have 90 birds per of head times 100. So therefore, 9 divided by 90 is 0.1 times 100 is equals to 10%. Therefore, our mortality rate is 10% and it is accurate on the given data. Is that clear, class? So now, I provided here the sample gathered data in broiler production and I need a volunteer to join me to compute the total cost of production, the total gross sale, the net income, and the ROI. But before that, I will give you 2 minutes to compute it in your own paper. So here the example gathered data in broiler production. Okay, time's up. I need a volunteer to come in front and check if your answers are correct. Is that clear, class? Do you have any questions or clarifications? Okay, now that you know on how to compute the total cost of production, the total gross sale, the net income, and the ROI, we're going to compute the cost of feed per head and solve the feed conversion ratio. Here is the formula. The example is the 7 kilograms of feed of for average chicken, 50 kilogram bag of feed is equals to 1,850 pesos. So, using the formula, we need to get first the amount of feed per kilogram. Going to divide 1,850 divided by the 50 kilogram is equals to 37. Is equals to 37 pesos. So with the use of that formula, total feed cost per bird is equals to average weight, average feed per chicken times amount of feed per kilogram. So therefore, with the use of that formula, total feed cost per bird is equals to 7 kilogram times 37 is equals to, alright, is equals to 259 pesos. So therefore, the total feed cost per bird is 259 pesos. And in computing the feed cost ratio, we're going to use this formula. Okay, so feed conversion ratio is equals to feed consumed divided by gain weight. So with the use of the given data or given example, what do you think is the answer? Very good. Our feed conversion ratio is equals to 1.867. So, is that clear, class? Alright, so moving forward, in the next lesson entitled Employing Different Techniques in Checking Accuracy of Results. In line with this is how to keep records in production, most especially in swine production. We all know that in swine production, keeping record book is very important to keep accurate and up-to-date records. So, record book is served as a future reference in enterprise improvement. It is also allows you to recognize the animals that need to be called and maintained. It is also tells us whether our project will gain or lose. So, all the details needed for swine production from piglet stage until ready for sale is listed on the record book. Is that clear, class? Alright. Did you know, class, in swine production, notching is a way of giving identification for each swine. So it can be in ear notching, tattooing, or ear tagging. So those three are the commonly used identification system in swine production. So here are the requirements when putting notching in swine production. I have here an illustration that illustrate the requirements in identification system. So in 25 kilogram, in less than 25 kilogram, the pigs the pigs must have ear tagging. It tag in their ears. So like in the picture. So and while in more than 25 kilogram, the pig must have tattooed their identification number. Is that clear, class? Alright, so all boys kindly read. And all girls kindly read. Alright, so that is right, class. In record make it easier for you to conduct a day-to-day task on and for the pigs. It will enhance your knowledge to how to properly manage your farm animals. It also helps you to keep track of the sale and revenue. So is that clear, class? Do you have any questions or clarifications regarding on our topic for today? Alright, so what do you think are the things that we need to compute first before getting the return of investments? Alright, so what is the importance of keeping records in animal production? Very good. So do you have any questions or clarifications? Since you really understood our lesson, let us have a group activity to test if you really learned on our topic for today. So I will group you into 3 and each group will compute the broiler chicken feed cost in front. Then the group who will finish first will have an extra points in our quiz later. So the following are the given data computing broiler chicken feed cost, and you're going to compute the amount of feed per kilogram and the total cost of feed per chicken. So everybody, can you read? Alright, so is that clear, class? So for you to be graded, here is your rubrics. Criteria. In criteria, teamwork. 10 points for teamwork if all your members are actively participating or actively participated. 8 points if one of your members are not actively participated. So 6 points if 2 or more of your members are not effectively actively participated. So in accuracy, 10 points if all your answers are correct. So 8 points if one of your answer is not correct. Then 6 points is 2 or more answers are not correct. So in time frame, 10 points if you if the group submitted on or before the time. So 8 points if the group submitted after 1 minute of the given time. So 6 points if the group is submitted after 2 minutes of the given time. So you may now start. Time's up and go back to your proper seats. Let's give ang galing-galing claps for the group, for the highest group. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ang galing-galing. So, do you have any clarification, class? Since you don't have questions or clarifications, we will have a short quiz. So, get 1/2 sheet of yellow paper and close all your notes. So, read the instructions very carefully and you may now start answering. Are you done, class? Okay, so pass your papers forward. Alright, so do you have any questions or clarifications? If none, here's your assignment. So, in a short bond paper, write the problem below. And using the 4 basic mathematical operations, compute the total cost of production, the total gross sale, the net income, and the ROI. And the format is the problem first. The format is you're going to compute, you're going to write the problem, then below that, you're going to compute the following total cost of production, total gross sale, net income, and ROI. So, do you have questions regarding on our assignment for today? If none, can you all stand? That's all for today. Goodbye, class.